Now, you might have heard that some people with diabetes use the glycemic index, known as GI, as a guide when planning their meals. In short, the glycemic index is an indicator of the ability of different types of carbohydrate-rich foods to raise your blood glucose levels within 2 hours. Carbohydrates and your blood sugar levels are highly intertwined. When you eat high-carb foods, your digestive system breaks down the digestible carbs into sugar, which then enters your blood. Several factors can influence glycemic responses to food, including the amount of carbohydrates in the food, the type of sugar, glucose, fructose, sucrose, or lactose, the nature of the starch, amylose, amylopectin, or resistant starch, food processing type and form, which is the degree of starch gelatinization, particular size, cellular form, and other food components, fat, and natural substances that slow digestions like lectins, phytates, tannins, starch protein, and starch lipid combinations. In order to understand how various carbohydrate-rich foods affect your blood sugar levels, you need to know their glycemic index. The foods with the highest glycemic index will be the foods that raise your blood sugars faster than those with lower glycemic index values. Foods are then ranked based on how they compare to a reference food, either glucose or white bread. Some of them can make your blood sugar level jump really quickly. Bread has a high glycemic index. It's rapidly digested and can cause significant blood sugar fluctuations. On the other hand, oats are digested more slowly, which causes only a gradual, easily manageable rise in blood glucose. The glycemic index gives you a way to separate slower-acting good carbs from the faster bad carbs. You can use it to fine-tune your carb counting and keep your blood sugar balanced. The smaller the GI index is, the less impact it has on your blood sugar. Here's how the glycemic index, or GI, can be indicated as good, medium, or bad. 55 or less is low, which is good. 56 to 69 is medium. 70 or higher equals high, which is bad. The glycemic index ranks carbohydrate-rich foods from 0 to 100. Low GI foods would be rated at 55 or less, and medium would be in the 56 to 69 range. Foods rated 70 to 100 are considered high GI foods and are not recommended for people with diabetes. In simple words, the smaller the GI index is, the less impact it'll have on your blood sugar. Now, here are some examples of foods that represent each group of foods. Low GI foods, 55 or less, would be oatmeal, rolled or steel cut, oat bran, muesli, whole grain pasta, converted rice, barley, bulgur, sweet potatoes, corn, yams, lima or butter beans, peas, legumes, or lentils. Most fruits, non-starchy vegetables, carrots. Now, medium GI foods, 56 to 69, would be whole wheat, rye and pita breads, quick oats, brown, wild, or basmati rice, and couscous. High GI foods, which would be 70 or more, would be white bread, bagels, cornflakes, puffed rice, bran flakes, and instant oatmeal, short grain white rice, and pasta, pretzels, rice cakes, popcorn, and saltine crackers, melons and pineapples. Keep in mind that food's GI can be altered with different preparation methods. For example, the more cooked or processed the food is, the higher its GI will be. Other factors that can alter the GI include the following: ripeness and storage time. The more ripe fruits and veggies are, the higher their GI will be. Processing. Juice has a higher GI than whole fruits. Mashed potatoes have a higher GI than whole baked potatoes. Cooking method. The duration of cooking can have an impact on GI. For example, al dente pasta has a lower GI than soft cooked pasta. Variety. Converted long grain white rice has a lower GI than brown rice, but short grain white rice has a higher GI than brown rice. Fat and acid content. Foods that contain acid or fat take longer to convert into sugar. Fiber content. Foods that are rich in fiber contain less digestible carbohydrates. Therefore, they slow down the rate of digestion, causing a slower, steadier rise in blood sugar. The food's GI value only represents the carbohydrates. It says nothing about the number of carbohydrates typically eaten. Portion sizes should still be relevant for managing blood glucose levels and maintaining weight. So whether you choose to count GI or carbohydrates, keep in mind that the most important thing is following a meal plan that's tailored to your personal preferences, your lifestyle, and your eating habits. It should help you to achieve your recommended blood glucose level, cholesterol, and triglyceride levels, and balance your blood pressure and manage your weight. Basic rules of healthy eating, portion control, and counting carbohydrates are all great ways to help you better manage and balance your blood sugar levels. However, if you're interested in learning more about what your body needs, you should definitely consult a registered dietitian or use a personalized meal plan. Knowing the glycemic index of the foods you eat is a great start. However, knowing their total glycemic load will also tell you how much of the digestible carbs, or total amount of carbs excluding fiber, they contain. To calculate the total glycemic load, you can multiply the glycemic index by the number of carbs the item contains, and then divide by 100. So here's the formula you can use. Glycemic index times grams of carbohydrates divided by 100. So, a glycemic load of 20 or more is considered high, and that's bad. 11 to 19 is medium, and 10 or under is low and good. What are the foods in each of these groups? In the low glycemic load group, carrots, peanuts, cashews, skim milk, whole wheat tortillas, lentils, black beans, kidney beans, oranges, apples, and bran cereals. The medium glycemic load: whole grain pasta, whole grain bread, rice cakes, bulgur, oatmeal, brown rice, and pearled barley. High glycemic load is white flour pasta, white rice, couscous, candy bars, sugar-sweetened beverages, refined breakfast cereals, French fries, and baked potatoes. Generally, it's recommended to focus on foods that have low glycemic load and avoid those in the high glycemic load category.